Gil DeFerrin right now is the only driver that has a shot at Helio Castroneves as Michael Andretti drops back 6.7 seconds. Jimmy Vasser 16 seconds off of the lead pace. They're in 4, Kristen Airy.
And Helio Castroneves entering the short chute now, entering turn number 4. He's got a sizable lead over Gil DeFerrin. All Castroneves has to do is bring it home and get the win for Roger Penske.
He'll cross the yard of bricks, and you gotta be thinking that he's just waiting to see that white flag. There are 3 laps remaining. He's in 1.
26 years of age, biggest day of his young life. He's in the short chute. He's got about a full short chute lead as he heads to turn 2.
It's 2 seconds the advantage for Helio Castroneves. He's down into the backstretch with Gil DeFerrin chasing.
Absolutely no change at all in the gap between the two. Over the last 5, 10, maybe even 12 laps, Helio Castroneves all the way through 3, into the short chute, turn number 4, same line each and every time, and it's a good one.
It has just seemed to be an easy ride today for Team Penske. Castroneves and Gil DeFerrin, it's all Helio Castroneves.
Castroneves with 2 laps remaining as he crosses the yard of bricks and heads to Jerry Baker in 1.
Once he shoved aside that lap traffic and the rest of the competitors, he's been on rails. Same lead as last time. Helio Castroneves sets it up for the second turn.
Castroneves, his lead is probably about 1/8 of a mile at this point now as he comes through turn 2 and still leading his teammate Gil DeFerrin.
So many drivers have taken their turn up front today. You heard him talk in the pre-race show about being around at the end. Survival of the fittest is the Indianapolis 500. The fittest for now appears to be Helio Castroneves.
Helio Castroneves out of the short chute. He's going to meet some traffic here, exiting out of turn 4. Just in front of him, Greg Ray.
Brian Howard will display the white flag to Helio Castroneves. Jerry Baker as he sets up for the longest lap of his life.
You got it. The 1998 runner-up for Kart Rookie of the Year has handled that lap traffic beautifully. Helio Castroneves through 1, through the short chute, into turn 2.
Mark Donohue gave Roger Penske his first win in 1972. 29 years later, it's going to be a rookie to give him win number 11.
Talk about a welcome back for Chip Ganassi. How about a welcome back for Roger Penske? Poised to finish 1-2. Fans on their feet help take him home, Kristen Airy.
It is going to be a Penske sweep. Castroneves is first, DeFerrin is second. For the final call, the voice of the 500, Mike King.
It's not a tour de force, it's a tour de Penske. Helio Castroneves leads the final 51 laps and wins the 85th Indianapolis 500-mile race. His teammate Gil DeFerrin is second. Michael Andretti is third. Jimmy Vasser is fourth as the twin checkers wave.
The lead is down to 2.5 car lengths. Helio Castroneves looking for 2 in a row. Paul Tracy has him in his sights.
Oh, the qualifying struggle for Team Green, but boy, Paul Tracy looking good right now. A crash back in 2 as Tracy tries to make the pass. He makes the pass in the North End. He heads towards Kristen Airy. Action is on the speedway.
And Paul Tracy has made the pass. He's gotten around Castroneves. Mikey, heads your way.
Paul Tracy will take the yellow flag. It looks like he will win the Indianapolis 500 as the yellow and white are displayed. Paul Tracy made the pass on the north end, and let's wait and see. According to race control, the pass will not stick. Paul Tracy will move back to second place. Helio Castroneves will be shown as the leader, we believe. We'll check on this. The pass was made on the north end of the racetrack as yellow waved on the course. So we'll have to wait and see how this will stand right now. Donald Davidson, we are seeing the yellow and white flag displayed together. The field is being shown the flag. Where do we stand with this?
My guess would be in NASCAR, you race to the flag. We don't do that here. You revert to the previous lap, I believe, and so that'll put Helio Castroneves would be the leader. In fact, they've now waved him around into the lead with Paul Tracy in second.
So Kristen Airy, you saw a great pass up there, and it looked like Paul Tracy was going to finally get the brass ring here at the Speedway as we see the Canadian flag just now being thrown over the rail. We see the white and yellow flag waving together as Paul Tracy comes to the line. We've got Felipe Giafoni. We see Sam Hornish Jr. Kristen Airy, they're in front of you.
Yeah, here comes Helio Castroneves. He's got the lap car of Franchitti. They're coming your way to the pagoda.
So the twin checkers will wave along with the yellow. The 86th Indianapolis 500-mile race belongs to Helio Castroneves. 2 in a row for Helio at the Speedway on a beautiful May day.
Castro Neves has gained some ground. He's about 3 car lengths, maybe make it 2 car lengths behind DeFerrin down the straightaway.
This is a repeat of the 2001 race. Only difference is the drivers have swapped positions. 198 are complete. DeFerrin is the leader.
And as Chris pointed out, he has made up some ground, although it's about 5 or 6 car lengths right now. It's the orange and white battling in the second turn.
Penske looking for his 13th win as a car owner. He's in great position to get it. His 2 drivers out front, Gilles DeFerrin leading Helio Castroneves.
Helio up on the steering wheel, takes a peek down low, now tucks in behind Gilles DeFerrin. They pass in front of us to 3, DeFerrin by 4 car lengths into turn number 4.
And it remains 4 car lengths. He's down along the white line, center of the track, 1 lap to go. Penske running 1-2.
This monstrous crowd has come to its feet. White flag is out. Brian Howard shows them 1 to go as they head into turn number 1.
Roger Penske said, pick the chassis you like. One took the Lara, one took G-Force, and they're 1-2 right now in turn 2.
DeFerrin had a great chance to win these last 2 races. Castroneves with a half a lap to try to make history, but he's still 5 or 6 car lengths behind Gilles DeFerrin.
Gilles DeFerrin holding him off. Gilles made his debut in 1995. He finished 29th in whole racing. In his first Indianapolis 500, he's just a turn away from victory lane.
Out of 4, 1 turn to go. It will be 3 straight for Roger Penske, but not 3 straight for Castroneves.
For the second time in 3 years, Team Penske goes 1-2. This time it's Gilles DeFerrin winning the 87th Indianapolis 500-mile race. Helio Castroneves is second. Tony Kanaan is third.
It is 1 and 2, dad and son. Michael and Marco Andretti. Marco goes low, about 4 car lengths behind his dad, Michael Andretti.
3 laps will remain for Michael Andretti. 7.5 miles to realize the dream. Here goes Marco Andretti, side by side. He's going to make the pass and one.
Marco Andretti has passed his dad, Michael. Marco leads the field into the southeast corner.
Hey, Dad, watch this. Marco Andretti to the inside, and now Michael going to lose the second position. Sam Hornish Jr. pulls up alongside. They're battling for the runner-up spot to turn 3.
Michael pedaling for all it's worth, trying to hold on to second. Not going to be able to do it. Hornish stepped in front of him. Meanwhile, Marco roars away on the north end.
19-year-old Marco Andretti exiting turn 4. The fans on their feet. He's got a 15-car length lead over Sam Hornish Jr.
The third generation of the Andretti family to race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 2 laps away from a win in turn number 1.
Here comes Sam, though. He is closing up on Marco Andretti, about 5 or 6 car lengths back into turn 2.
You can visually see him closing the gap. Sam Hornish Jr. has battled adversity throughout the day. He's trying to get the lead in Indy. He pulls up on the rear wing of Marco Andretti.
Nobody is seated. Fans on their feet. Hornish all over Marco Andretti. Almost goes into the pit lane. Marco slams the door, holds the lead by 5 car lengths.
Marco Andretti in the short chute. That lead is about 10 car lengths over Sam Hornish Jr. He's down the front straightaway, trying to get the win.
The white flag is out at the world's greatest race course. 19-year-old Marco Andretti, now less than 2 miles away from winning the 90th Indianapolis 500.
More left-hand turns, and Marco Andretti has stretched the lead. He heads into the second corner.
What a headline it's going to make. Marco Andretti wins in his debut at Indianapolis. He has a 7-car length advantage midway down the backstretch for the final time.
Coming up on the scene in which he may have won the race last time by. They're waving bandanas, waving hats. Cut the left turn for racing immortality for 19-year-old Marco Andretti.
And Sam Hornish Jr. right on the tail of Marco Andretti. Can a teenager win in Indianapolis?
Here's the finish. Sam Hornish Jr. makes the pass. He'll win it. Sam Hornish Jr. goes to the inside of Marco Andretti and wins it in the final 100 yards. Sam Hornish Jr. has won the 90th Indianapolis 500 in an incredible finish. Perhaps one of the closest finishes in history at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 63 thousandths of a second as Sam Hornish Jr. has beaten Marco Andretti. Davey Hamilton, he got the run off of turn 4, made the move to the inside, took him by about 6 feet at the line. The lead, so J.R. Hildebrand is the leader with 197, soon to be 198 laps complete. High drama here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as a rookie is out in front. Guys, help me pick him up. Let's find J.R. Hildebrand on track. Here he comes, Cristaneri in front of you in 4.
J.R. Hildebrand down along the white line. That National Guard number 4 machine for Panther Racing has the lead.
198 laps are complete for the kid from Sausalito. Captain America's out in front, Jerry Baker. Does he have enough fuel?
He is going to try to find out here. Camouflage color machine. A little room to work with. Jakey's going to make the turn at 2.
It's been 10 years since a rookie won in his debut at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. J.R. Hildebrand pedaling for all he's worth in the 3.
All around the world, our servicemen and women on this Memorial Day are pulling for J.R. Hildebrand in that National Guard entry. Cristaneri, he slows a little bit, but he's probably conserving fuel as he comes out of turn number 4.
Yeah, he is very slow, and for Panther Racing, they have been the bridesmaid here the last few years. Here he goes, the final lap.
Across the line, J.R. Hildebrand will see the white flag. Jerry Baker, final lap, can a rookie win it?
His best finish of the year, 10th. That's going to improve dramatically, Jake, as he comes to turn 2.
He's hoping that wind can push him through. J.R. Hildebrand trying to conserve fuel, trying to do the unthinkable, win his first Indianapolis 500. He's already in 3.
J.R. Hildebrand with a huge strong of fans on their feet, fist pumping, caps waving. He comes out of turn number 3.
Here he comes, the National Guard machine with J.R. Hildebrand down along the white line. He is sputtering slow, and he hits the wall. He hits the wall coming out of 4. Will he have enough to cross the yard of bricks?
Here comes J.R. Hildebrand. He will cross in front of the flag stand with the checkered flag waving, the right side of the car destroyed. He finishes the race with the damaged race car. Who will win? Who is the winner of the Indianapolis? It is Weldon. Dan Weldon has won the race as Weldon gets past J.R. Hildebrand as Hildebrand hits the wall coming off of turn number 4. Hildebrand, it looked like, was going to win this race. It is Dan Weldon who has finished second back-to-back years in 2009 and 2010. He won it in 2005. And Paul, what a finish. I thought we had the rookie winner here. 4.
Well, the top 3, though, have run away a little bit. It's Dixon, Franchitti, and Sato, then another 10 car lengths back to Tony Kanaan. Let's see what happens here, Mike.
198 laps complete at the line. Once again, it looks like another lead change is imminent, but this time Tony Kanaan's going to make a little noise. He's going to follow Dario Franchitti, so he'll go to second. They'll relegate Dixon back to 3rd.
Takuma Sato now in the 2nd place. He has split up that target party. Can Takuma Sato be the one to take the Borgwarner Trophy? Mark James to you.
Takuma Sato trying to reel in the number 9 machine of Dario Franchitti as they exit turn number 3.
It is Takuma Sato about a 10-car length disadvantage now. He's in 2nd. He is behind the leader, Dario Franchitti, looking for win number 3.
The white flag is out. Takuma Sato, the Rahal Letterman Lanigan driver, now pulling up on the leader. Dario Franchitti, will he make the move? No, he'll crash in turn number 1. Jake Query, Sato crashes trying to make the pass for the lead on the final lap of the race.
Dario Franchitti got through that, and Takuma Sato did not. Dario Franchitti, assuming he can keep those hands on the wheel and the fuel holds up, is about to become a 3-time winner at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Dario Franchitti, then Scott Dixon, then Tony Kanaan lead this field through the apex of turn number 3. They're working their way in front of Cristaneri.
Guys, we have never seen anything like it in the history of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So many lead changes, and here he comes, Dario Franchitti.
Dario Franchitti watches Sato spin and hit the wall behind him on the final lap of the race. He and his teammate will cross the yard of bricks. Side by side, the fist pumping Dario Franchitti becomes a 3-time winner of the Indianapolis 500 on a day that saw a record amount of heat on the track and a record number of changes. 35 lead changes. Jake Query, Dario Franchitti celebrates in turn number 2.
4 laps to go this time by. No change in that deficit. Front 3 starting to check out a bit. Back to turn number 1.
Will the engine hold up? That's the big question right now as Takuma Sato leads the field.
The Brazilian legacy at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway cannot be understated. A Japanese driver's never won the Indy 500. They run 1-2, Sato and Castroneves.
Castroneves tried to reel in on Takuma Sato, now closes the gap to a car length and a half as they enter turn number 3. Takuma Sato still holding up the 3-time winner, Castroneves.
Ed Jones is now your third place driver, but he's about 8 car lengths behind Castroneves, who is creeping up on Sato, a 2-car length advantage.
Great run off of turn number 4 by Elio Castroneves. He starts to close. He looks inside, looks outside into turn number 1.
Jumps back in line. He is right in the tire cracks of your leader, Takuma Sato.
Could Ed Jones be the driver laying in the wings, waiting to pounce if these two have problems? Sato by 2 car lengths. Elio hangs it wide, exiting turn number 2.
Takuma Sato was born in the first year that a man won his 4th Indianapolis 500. Could history repeat itself with a 4-time winner? Not if Sato's able to hold off Castroneves.
Sato in the bright blue car, but Castroneves is gaining. He goes inside of the white line. Just about a car length advantage for Sato out of 4.
Another good run off of turn number 4. Nobody is seated. Elio Castroneves to the high side in turn number 1.
They are side by side. Sato hangs on to the lead. Elio could not make the pass.
Boy, Takuma Sato stuck that car right to the white line, and he got to turn 1 first. Elio falls back about 5 or 6 car lengths behind. Lap and a half to go in Indianapolis.
The fans in the north end of the speedway got on their feet thinking Castroneves was going to close that move. Now they sit and watch as Sato extends his lead. 5 car lengths out of turn number 3.
It stays at 5 car lengths in the short chute. Takuma Sato, left side wheels below the white line. He's got an advantage out of 4.
White flag is in the hands of Paul Blevins. He waves it. Takuma Sato leads Elio Castroneves into turn number 1.
2.5 miles to go, and Takuma Sato looks really strong.
He swings it out to the short chute. Elio Castroneves about 4 or 5 car lengths. Jake, his last chance might be exiting turn 2.
5 years ago, Takuma Sato took his shot in turn number 1. He did not make it. Dario Franchitti won that race. Takuma Sato now 3 car lengths in front of Elio Castroneves at turn number 3.
Castroneves tries to make his move in the short chute down on the white line. Sato has the lead out of 4.
Elio Castroneves pedaling for all it's worth. Twin checkers out. History will be made as Takuma Sato goes to victory lane. He wins the 101st running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
Elio Castroneves doesn't take him down as low. Palou gets a nice run out of 2.
Palou now starts to pop to the outside. Alex Palou has the door shut by Elio Castroneves. Castroneves holds him off out of turn number 3.
They are going to run into traffic here in the short chute as they exit turn number 4. That is Rosenquist. He's in the way. Castroneves with the lead.
Elio's been in this position before. A dogfight to the end. Alex Palou works him to the high side of the start-finish line.
They're going to go side by side into turn 1. Alex Palou, too strong. That blue and white car shoots to the race lead to the short chute.
Elio Castroneves has finished this race 3 times in the second position, 3 times in the lead. This time by, he'll be in second. Alex Palou checks out 8 car lengths over Castroneves.
A year ago, these two both wondered if they'd make it to the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500 mile with a ride. Now it's Alex Palou with the ride of his life. 4 car lengths in front of Castroneves.
Yeah, that continues to grow. It's about 8 car lengths. Again, he has Rosenquist in his way on the front straightaway.
Sato wanted off pit road, fuel only for him. His chance to win is gone. Alex Palou holding on to his chance to win into turn number 1.
And it's like he's found another gear. Michael, he's opened up a 10 car length advantage over Elio.
But he does have a car in front of him. That's the machine of Felix Rosenquist, and he will catch him about the midway point of the back straightaway. Palou 8 car lengths over Elio.
30 years ago, we saw a 4-time winner here. Could history repeat itself? Not if Alex Palou's able to hold off Elio Castroneves. 5 car length advantage, but Palou's coming up on the slower Rosenquist.
Alex Palou in his second race. Elio Castroneves his 21st. Rosenquist goes to the pits. A clear track now for Alex Palou.
4 mile an hour faster. Alex Palou last time by. 5. 3 laps to go in the 105th Indianapolis 500.
But Elio Castroneves, the savvy vet, he's not done. Michael, he's already carved it down to 4 car lengths.
Alex Palou enters turn 2, about a 4-car length advantage over Elio Castroneves. Pato Award about 5 car lengths to the rears. Here comes Pato Award to the middle. Now down low, back to the middle of the back straightaway.
Bob and weave. Palou trying to hold off Castroneves. The fans in turn number 3 are pumping their fists for Alex Palou and Elio Castroneves.
Elio Castroneves, a couple of car lengths behind Palou. They exit turn number 4. A 2-car length advantage for Palou.
Elio Castroneves with a strong runoff in turn number 4. They are snaking their way down the straightaway. Elio to the high side in turn number 1.
Voigt, Unser, Mears, and maybe Castroneves. Elio takes the lead out of turn 1.
We have 2 laps to go in the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500. Elio Castroneves, a 6-car length advantage over Alex Palou. They make their way down the back straightaway. 4-car length advantage.
Get on your feet, turn number 3. Everybody jumping for Elio Castroneves. The king of the dancing takes his way through turn number 3. Throws up some dust. Palou 2 car lengths behind him.
They're all on their feet, but there's a lot of traffic in front. Elio Castroneves, the lead out of 4.
And the white flag will fly on the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race and in turn number 1.
If Alex Palou is going to get Elio Castroneves, it's not in turn 1. Elio leads into the short chute.
5 cars ahead of our leader, a new team and a new life for Elio Castroneves. Ryan Hunter-Reay is in front of Elio Castroneves. 2-car length advantage down the back straightaway for the final time.
All kinds of traffic now as they work their way into turn number 4. But it's Elio Castroneves behind Ryan Hunter-Reay trying to hold up Alex Palou. Castroneves looking for number 4, Chris.
A 2-car length advantage. Elio Castroneves trying to become a 4-time winner out of turn 4.
Off turn 4 for the final time. Elio Castroneves comes to the start-finish line. Twin checkers out, and then there were 4. Elio Castroneves joins the 4-time winners club. He wins the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Oh my goodness!
Unbelievable!
Oh
awesome.
my goodness!
Wow! What a absolutely Elio Castroneves to come back, not knowing if he's ever going to drive a car.
No.
Comes back, goes to this team first time and wins. Oh, unbelievable!
And Marcus Ericsson now join that list. He's got work to do with Joseph Newgarden, Santino Ferrucci, and Alexander Rossi, a trio of Americans, and then Alex Palou, the pole sitter behind him. Chris, they're coming at you.
Pace car has left the track, and a quick start for the defending champ, Marcus Ericsson. Joseph Newgarden, 5 car lengths behind.
He saw the green flag, and he flat got on it, did Ericsson. But here comes Joseph Newgarden in turn number 1.
Ericsson weaving back and forth like he did a year ago to try to protect that lead. He'll do it in turn number 1. Ericsson, Newgarden, and Ferrucci.
Marcus Ericsson trying to win back-to-back Indianapolis 500s, but here comes Joseph Newgarden. He's closed in on that rear wing. He has an amazing run down that back straightaway. Ericsson goes behind the white line, and it's Joseph Newgarden swinging to the outside for the final time.
Joseph Newgarden has taken the lead of the Indianapolis 500 with just 2 turns to go. Marcus Ericsson on his heels. Newgarden into turn number 4.
Ericsson looks to the inside, looks to the outside. Newgarden has a 2-car length lead.
Advance Auto Park twin checkered flag in the air. It's a battle at the start-finish line, and Joseph Newgarden will win the Indianapolis 500-mile race. Davey Hamilton, he finally gets the monkey off his back.
He got the monkey off his back. Unbelievable. Great job. I mean, that end was amazing. Ferrucci did a good job. He's a little slow on that restart, but man, what a fight between those two for the win.